Hi there, my name is Jeff Arthur with the Values Conversation, here to talk about the promise of the child of Abraham and following up what we talked about last week. So I want to continue on and kind of draw out a couple of lessons, a couple of thoughts for us today in the understanding of the story that we talked about last week with God coming to Abraham and promising a child within a year and Sarah laughing. And we already know that Abraham wasn't sure and convinced of what was going on because he'd already tried to have a child through Hagar. But what's interesting, and what I want to draw out a couple of ideas for you today, is understand number one. Part of what made Sarah laugh was life. I repeat what we said last week. They had tried to have a child for decades. Huge, massive disappointment. Disappointment for decades, not just months, not just years. Think about the thing that you want the most that has just eluded your grasp, and add 40 years to it. And now you're getting to where Abraham and Sarah was. So whenever Sarah is snickering or kind of giggling to herself or laughing, yeah, after all this time, and now I'm going to get pregnant, how stupid is that? The reminder for us all that it's very possible that God works through our disappointments so that we know that He's in charge and that He's got us taken care of. Yes, it's not how she wanted it to happen, but it was ultimately exactly what she wanted. A lot of times we get frustrated with God because we decide this is the way it should be done, and God says, yeah, you know what, I got a better idea. But the second thing I want to remind us of today is that it could very well have been possible that God waited all those years and then came and said, now whenever you are too old to bear children, that's when you're going to have a child, so that everybody understands it's not because you had sexual intercourse, it's because I said so. A lot of times in our life, I think God waits so that there's no other explanation for how it turned out other than to stand back and give God the glory, because there's no way to identify what happened except to say, God did that. Like bringing a son after decades of disappointment when they're too old to bear children. I don't know what's going on in your life. Maybe it's disappointments. Maybe it's the simple fact of been waiting forever. Don't know for sure. Every situation is different, but it's very possible that God is saying, no, I want you to understand that when it happens, it's because of my blessing and my love for you. My name is Jeff Arthur with the Values Conversation. You can find out more about us online at tvcleadership.com.